My guest at this time has been prominently featured by Game Changer Wrestling, but most notably has been making waves in New Japan Pro Wrestling. You can catch him on Friday night as part of NJPW Strong. It is Alex Zayne. Alex, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with me today.
What's up? Thank you for having me, man. This is great.
No problem.
Pleasure to be here.
You're a gift machine, man. I feel like you light up everybody's Twitter timelines every 3 months like clockwork at this point.
That's the goal, right? That's always the goal. Sort of. Kind of the goal is to win matches, and then like the secondary goal is to then light up the gift machine, right?
You gotta make those dollars. You gotta make those Okada bucks.
You gotta make those. Oh, you have some. That is sweet.
These are from the MSG show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, I think I have some young.
It looks like you have a nice collection there. I'm into it.
It's not like I don't have things in boxes. I don't think there's anything worth more than $20 over my shoulder, but it's stuff.
Hey.
It's wrestling.
Right. You got some stuff. Yeah. Wrestling stuff.
And I got a real wrestler here right now. Alex, I really do enjoy watching your work. Of course, I got to call some action of yours at Warrior Wrestling this past Friday night. But for fans that like don't really know you yet, because you're right on the cusp there right now, how would you
working on it?
How would you explain Alex Zayne to people? What do you want to? How do you tell people about yourself?
Yeah, the taco connoisseur flippy guy, essentially. Man, it's it's kind of hard to explain, because of course there's always like the given kind of high flying, high risk type of style that I do.
Yeah.
But
I think
that's a tough one.
I think taco flippy connoisseur is a really I think you kind of summed it up right there.
That's it right there. Yeah. If you see my Twitter, that's all it is. Just flips and tacos and the occasional raccoon.
Yeah, well, little bandits, they
right.
Way.
Right.
Yeah, man. Well, the thing is, like, yeah, you are a high flyer and you're so athletic, but man, like, you're way bigger, I feel like, than a lot of people that do the stuff that you do. How tall are you? What, 6'2"?
6'1" on a good day. Yeah. Not quite 6'2", but
Okay.
Yeah. I'm working on it. I'm stretching. Try to get that.
I see you walking around these other guys that move like you do, and you're like a giant in their land right now. I mean,
right.
Who trained you, Alex? Where did you come from?
Me, really. As far as the flips and things go, as far as the high flying stuff goes, that was just something I picked up along the way. I was backyard wrestling for like ever, and it used to be like one of those no, you can't say that sort of thing. But now it's kind of an open world, right? And so I backyard wrestled for ever, and that's where I learned a lot of my flips, just because I was a huge fan of like RVD and Jeff Hardy and Rey Mysterio and Hayabusa and all those guys. So just as soon as I could find something to jump off of, and then I slowly started learning flips and just rotations. And a friend of mine in the backyard helped me to learn more flips, but then like I just took it, I guess, just never stopped and just kept escalating the amount of
No, wait, dude, that's really surprising to me. I mean, self-taught, I don't get that a lot when I ask that question. Was there never a mentor or a school that you attached yourself to learn?
No, I mean, of course I learned, the basics of wrestling, and went through kind of a basic rudimentary sort of wrestling training. And by the time, like as most people training in the wrestling world as it goes, it's you train, and then your training doesn't stop there. You have to further train through working your way up in that company that you trained with, right? And you debut, and you do the whole, just like however many months before you even really go out on the road. And I was probably 3, maybe 4 matches into that process, and I was like under a mask and stuff, and just working that green style, and that company folded. It was funny, I actually showed up for like training and setting the ring up and doing the show and stuff, and the ring wasn't there. So I called them, hey, like, you all running behind or whatever? And they're like, yeah, we're done. And I was like, oh, you could have let me know, right? So that's where I trained, so to speak. But really, I learned it mostly on the road and just figuring it out as I went. Yeah.
When did you start, I guess, then would be my follow-up to that.
2005 was my professional debut, but then I took quite a hiatus, made a short return in probably 2013, and then just I was focused on music for a while, and then I came back in 2016, 2017,
Okay.
and slowly started getting back into the whole game.
Nice. Well, first of all, before I get to the return to the game in 2016, 17, what's your musical passion? What's your style?
I was doing hip hop for a while. Yeah, I was doing for like 7 years. I was like doing shows and stuff and touring and stuff. So, and there's all sorts of stuff on YouTube, Spotify, it's everywhere. So same name, just
Wow.
yeah.
So wait, were you hip hop dancing or were you hip hop singing? Like what?
Yeah, I was rapping. Yeah, I was writing and recording, and yeah. So it was a whole thing.
Can we get some bars? Is that wrong of me to put you on?
Oh, we're throwing like bars down.
I mean, I kind of I don't want to put you on the spot unnecessarily here, but
right.
If you've got the gift, you can take 30 seconds.
Couple of bars, 30 seconds worth of bars.
I don't know, maybe 15. I don't know.
Maybe 15. Yeah.
I'm not cool. I don't know how this works. So.
Okay. Me either. I'm not cool either. That's why I'm just a taco flippy guy.
Okay. All right.
Some of the. I mean, this is written stuff, right? This isn't like I'm not freestyling here, but like just a taste.
Okay.
Everybody want to be the GOAT till it comes time to climb a mountain. Then they say, throw me the rope if you won't, then they hope that you fall down it. Yeah, nobody likes the snake till the rats become the problem. Nobody likes a fake, till you get real on them. Let's be honest, tell the truth. I can see straight through your lies. Got the future in my view. You can see it in my eyes. I just got too much to lose. I could never let it slide. I need gold in my tomb when it comes my time to die. Yeah, so like I was doing hip hop for like a long time, actually.
Wow.
So I haven't got to do any in forever, man. So that's thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So wait, like, what do you think of R-Truth, man? That would be my follow-up here.
I love him, man. I love him, and I like him and Leo Rush, and Bay's doing stuff. Chris Bay, Impact star Chris Bay, X Division champ Chris Bay. He's doing stuff. There's a few people actually. Oh, and Myron Reed, he's doing stuff too. Yeah, he's killer too.
Oh man!
So it's great.
Are we gonna get like a new wave Wu-Tang Clan kind of?
I would like to see some sort of wrestling cipher happen. That would be dope.
Oh man, yeah, that would be. I wish you knew influencers and could make something like that happen. I think you could. Actually.
Right, I could start tweeting out, "Hey guys, let's do it." Actually, there's a wrestler, Bennett. He up in Canada, and he does a lot of hip hop and stuff. He's had like several videos do really well. Wow. And he reached out about a cipher, but I don't know if he wants me spoiling all that,
Wow. Okay, cool. This is absolutely nothing I thought we would be talking about.
Right here we are.
I'm over the moon that this just happened and that you just.
And Rocky Romero does music too, So yeah, we all need to jump on some stuff, man.
Jump in. I love the cipher. I've never even heard that term. That's great. That's cool. I'm hip.
You're super hip now.
Super hip now. All right, back to wrestling here. Jump back to wrestling. So you really I didn't really know you so much, Alex, until like many people, I think we got exposed to your 630 senton. You hit GCW's backyard last year, and that's when things really just exploded for you. Can you take me back to just what it was like in that moment there to see this thing like go crazy like this, and for you to all of a sudden get tons and tons of attention?
It was really surreal, mainly because in the moment, of course, like I'm not thinking like, oh, go viral, oh, do big move, right? Like I'm just thinking, oh, this is cool, and like I want to try this, and I've had the thought a couple times just kind of run through my head or whatever, and then I thought about it on the way up to that show, like performing the Tope 630, and it was just the perfect timing. The stars had aligned in the sense that like it's grass and not a concrete floor, and like it's GCW, and like and it's kind of this throwback to the yard, which was like where I really felt that I came from anyway, was the yard. That's where I really learned everything that I'd done realistically, and so it was just the perfect timing for that. And so when I did it again, I wasn't thinking about like going viral or like whatever, like even increasing my stock at all. It was more just like, oh, this would be really cool, and and if it goes off well, then I'll probably get an invite back and booked with GCW again. So then I hit it, and then I went and, you know, of course, caught my breath, drank some water, and then I head back out just to watch the rest of the show and didn't really bother with my phone at the time.
Okay.
And then after the show, you know, a couple hours later, I pick up my phone and I'm just like, what is going on?
Dude.
And my girlfriend had texted me and she just said, what did you do?
Yeah, man, it was everywhere. I mean, it was literally just like the blink of an eye, and that thing was just all over the place. And so,
yeah, man.
And well, first of all, I didn't know that you really like started in the backyard like that. What a really cool serendipitous thing there, because
Right.
you really kind of have become Mr. GCW backyard. Especially you did the flip over the car this year.
Mm-hmm.
That was also a viral thing that I thought was really
Right.
cool. But so
Thank you.
with the 630 senton. So this happens. Is that what I mean, I feel like it was not long after that you started getting in the mix with New Japan. Did one thing lead to another, or how did that?
Yeah, one thing really did lead to another with that. Like, as a lot of people know, Will Ospreay, he was big in the yard, and he did a lot of yarding and stuff too. And we just happened to, oh well, yeah. And we happened to be like semi involved. Like, we didn't really know each other or anything like that, but we were like on the same yarding forums and communities, like back way before anything. So he knew of me, and then that happened. And then I already was invited to Japan because Shima tweeted at me when that went viral, when the 630 went viral. I was like, come to Shanghai, which OWE was located in China at the time. And then
Shanghai. I just wanted to get a backyarder move.
come to Shanghai. So we started talking about that and started planning a tour of Shanghai. And then that got changed to Japan a little later because of the Hong Kong riots at the time. So so I ended up going to Japan, which was great and a blessing in many ways. I ended up getting to see Wrestle Kingdom and all that. And right before I went to Japan, literally like a week before my flight, was when I did New Japan and debuted for New Japan in LA against TJP and Amazing Red alongside Aaron Solo.
Yeah, and you've got to tango, I think it's Lance Archer matches, Jeff Cobb matches. I mean, you've really, you know, you've become kind of a regular with New Japan. I mean, before we get into kind of what you're doing here most recently with New Japan Strong and the six-man and everything, like, what's your status with them? Have there been formal talks about bringing you on board, or is it kind of a wait and see considering everything that's going on right now?
I think with everything going on, I think everyone's kind of playing the waiting game, and I'm just really honored and pleased to be doing anything, of course, with them. Anything at all is great right now, much less with something as prestigious as New Japan, right? And so it's just great to get to work with them, and I think we'll see quite a bit more of me around on the New Japan US side of things until, of course, things open up. I mean, that's where I see it headed right now. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it does seem like, you know, WWE has their brand split, right? But it's all like not. It does feel like with New Japan, though, there's like a concerted effort to create like a Japanese roster and like put together what will be what looks like kind of their their American roster. Am I wrong in thinking that's kind of the path they're taking, or does that?
It kind of seems that way, you know. And you got a lot of people that live over here in the States too that are already signed with them and stuff. And I think they're really just trying to ramp up a lot of American viewership and I mean, with Strong being a primarily U.S. based sub-series of some sort, right? And then they just did the Young Lions Break, right? And that was American based and stuff. So it looks like they're trying to ramp up the whole American side of things, and that's really cool too, because then it has in the future more New Japan American based shows. So like the whole audience over here can get more, and then there's more of like the American-based talent going over there, hopefully. So that like the future is bright as far as New Japan goes. It looks really cool. So
yeah, the wheels are moving again. You know, Ring of Honor is getting up back and running again. I mean, and with Ring of Honor, like, since you're so active with New Japan, I know like Brody is part of this tournament. Does this kind of open the door for you to maybe work with ROH when they're up and running again?
I've done 2 shows with ROH as is, and I was on my 3rd show with ROH, and we were in Vegas when the pandemic hit, like when they announced it and they canceled that show. And so yeah, I'm definitely still in talks with them as far as doing some stuff and just working some things out. No dates or anything confirmed, but I wouldn't be shocked if you see me back in a Ring of Honor ring, because because I'm ready, and hopefully they're ready. I know they're just getting in the swing of things, getting back to it. So
yeah, absolutely. Whatever they're doing, I guess.
I love to see it.
Yeah, it was something crazy pro wrestling fans have never seen. That was the tease for Alvarez, I think, for these other
right.
ROH tapings. But with these New Japan tapings, so this is a pandemic, very odd situation. What was it like for you performing in that space right there with no fans or anything like that?
I thought it was gonna be more weird, really, and I think just like riding a bike, once you're in there, you're just in your zone that you're typically in. And of course it kind of comes with its own weird sort of timing, and like there's not that audience to feed off of. But I thought it was gonna be weird, and I thought it was gonna hurt a lot more just due to like no adrenaline. But the adrenaline was still there. You're still performing, your brain still ticks the same way, I guess.
Yeah, and you got to a big 6-man tag match here. You got to work with ACH and TJP. How was it? What was your chemistry like with your teammates there?
Oh man, I loved it. They're so good. And it's just a learning experience getting in with them, because they're world traveled, and they've been in the ring with everyone, and they've had incredible matches and just a incredible run, but amongst both of them, right? So I just got to learn a lot, and just being around those guys and just listening and picking up bits and pieces. So hopefully it comes through in my work.
Yeah, and ACH obviously made a lot of news, right? Leaving WWE kind of the way he did. When you hear stories and stuff like that, I mean, obviously you're in a great spot here with New Japan and ROH. I feel like, do you have interest in WWE or AEW, or are you kind of content on the path you're walking right now?
I mean, of course, I'm enjoying the path that I'm on, and there's always just an interest in more, and just there's always that conversation. It's always kind of like a directional thing, like what feels right and jives at the time. And right now, I'm loving what I'm doing for sure. And that doesn't mean that there isn't an interest or a willingness to go. But of course, when I'm around people like TJP and ACH and stuff like that, I want to hear their stories and hear them out, and further make that, to take that into consideration if those calls do come, so.
Yeah, absolutely. And one last thing I wanted to ask you about before we kind of move to the end here was, I know with GCW, you got a big match with Joey Janela coming up at Jersey Shore. He's kind of the figurehead, I feel like, of GCW in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah.
What's the pressure like for you? Because obviously these New Japan shows have a lot of pressure. It's a big platform, but do you feel pressure when you are having to go in there and perform with a guy like Joey Janela, especially in GCW?
Me and Janela we were actually scheduled for Detroit back like a week after this pandemic hit. So it was it was the next GCW show to happen, but then it was the first one to get canceled, right? And so so I kind of already went through the mental part of preparation for Joey. So I feel a little less on edge about it now. I'm a little more prepared, I think, too, because I have been doing bigger shows and matches, even though there's not the big fans, but as far as the pressure of these things go. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I was already looking forward to it back then. So I'm looking forward to just throwing down with the bad boy himself and living up to the crazy stuff that he's always doing. I like that,
What's the deal with Taco Bell, by the way? Why your love of Taco Bell? What is it?
It's always been a thing ever since the Yard. I don't know. My whole life I've just been the Taco Bell guy, even amongst my friends and in the Yard. And I was just always doing Taco Bell stuff. I had the Taco Bell logo shaved in the back of my head at a Yard show once, and I the taco driver was already named the taco driver ever since I created the move in 2004 on my little brother. Sure. R.I.P. to his neck.
Yeah. You were the only guy at Warrior who actually gave me move names. You were there's the Baja Blast, there's the Crap. It was wonderful. All right. Well, lastly here to wrap it up, Alex, I was doing my research, reading Twitter threads and everything. This was only a couple hours ago. Dave Meltzer got asked, who are people to keep an eye on right now that are somebody moving up in the business? And you were the first name he listed on that list.
I was shocked by that, actually. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, Dave put you over here just hours ago. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, Alex? Obviously, a lot of people are looking at you right now.
It's always with me to accumulate and then add value to wherever I'm at. So realistically, it's wherever I can add value and wherever I can be of service as far as that goes. Like if it's not a fit, that means that I'm not adding value to it, or it's not adding value to me either way. But it's never that sort of thing where I don't want to be the type of guy collecting a check and not doing what I came to do, right? And that's to add value and have good matches and bring eyes to a product. So that's always my goal. So that's where I see myself mostly, and probably sponsored by Taco Bell. I'm gonna keep knocking on the door until they come up off the free tacos.
Yeah. You get Taco Bell, Janela can get White Claw, you know?
Yes. Now we're talking. We'll start a whole cantina.
You know what? I'm honestly kind of surprised that the White Claw Taco Bell connection hasn't been made, because they do have Taco Bell cantina.
They do. They don't sell that there? That is shocking, right? That seems so fitting, right?
I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I haven't been into a restaurant in 6 months. I forget,
I know.
I forget what they look like, Alex. I don't know.
At least for safe, right? Yeah. It's rough. It's rough.
No kidding. All right. Well, Alex, I want to thank you so much for the time, man. Super happy for you. It's great that New Japan is presenting you so strongly here on New Japan Strong. Is there anything else you want to plug, promote, put over here before we wrap up the interview today?
Oh, man. I mean, I'm everywhere as Alex Zayne, AlexZayne. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, probably. I don't know. I'm everywhere. Just type it in, Alex Zayne. You can find me. Even on Spotify. Who knew?